Professor Ulrik Ringborg from Karolinska, the project coordinator for EurocanPlatform. 1 year down the track, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I think we are on the way. Of course, we have to sort out things because we should remember that we want to create a consortium. It's important for the consortium to share the resources in a good way, advanced technological resources, but also bring in patients from all centers, biological materials, and use the competence in a good way. So the critical thing for the platform will be to act as a consortium. And we have now a number of projects by which we would like to use the resources in a rational way and run clinical trials, being difficult to run in single centers and just a few centers. So we have to select among the different proposals we have, and I'm confident that we will find a few of them that will really demonstrate the value of a consortium.
I mean, a couple of clinical trials are just about up and running inside a year. Now that's pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty fast.
Yeah.
And interesting with also one of the clinical trials is that new information had been generated in a center of the consortium, and that new information can rapidly now go into clinical trials. So that can demonstrate also that the consortium is effective with the transfer of new information from the preclinical research into the clinical research. So I hope we will manage that.
Are you confident that the multidisciplinarity thing is coming together okay?
Yeah.
The basic scientists, the translational scientists, the clinicians?
Yeah, what I mentioned is also showing that you have a closer interaction between the basic and preclinical researchers. Of course, it takes time to demonstrate several effects here, but I think we are on the way, and it's also very good that we have a scientific steering committee involving both basic and clinical researchers.
Sure. I'm astonished that a couple of the clinical trials were presented by scientists. And for me, that's characteristic of some progress. Normally, we have clinical trials meetings amongst clinicians.
Yes.
You don't see the scientists, but here it's the scientists who are putting the case for a clinical trial for, which I think is a very healthy development.
Yeah. Thank you.
What about the outcomes research that we're going to show that something has happened in 4 years' time?
That is an interesting area, and that has also been discussed at the European Forum meeting we have here in Berlin. We went through the cancer centers in Europe and analyzed the cancer registries. And the cancer registries are not complete, and they vary very much in content and the way they are organized. And in future, when we approach personalized cancer medicine, it will not be possible to evidence-base medicine by large clinical trials. We need to go more into observational studies and build detailed, quality-assured registers for outcomes research. So we had long discussions about it, and I'm happy that we all agree that this is an unmet need. And in fact, it is, because we need also to show that the comprehensive cancer centers, I mean, the comprehensiveness is one of the goals also for the platform, that they perform better than the fragmented centers. And for that, you need good outcome research structures. So we decided to build such a structure on the platform, and we also decided another important thing. As a part of this program, we will establish also a structure for assaying clinical effectiveness of new anti-cancer agents. Because here we have another interesting unmet need, that we have new anti-cancer agents registered. The pharmaceutical industry had paid a lot of money for that, academic research before that, a lot of money and effort to identify good targets for drug development. And then when you have it registered, the information you have is the effect on a few clinical trials, specialized centers, selected patients, and you know the cost, but you know nothing about the clinical effectiveness and the cost effectiveness. So I'm also happy that we decided to parallel with building a more or less complete cancer registry, also to start to register the clinical effectiveness of new anti-cancer agents.
And of course, on the cost side, you will be chairing in Barcelona at the European Association of Cancer Research meeting, first ever satellite that EACR has enjoyed, not paid for by pharma, but from the EurocanPlatform with eCancer, and the host city, which is the hospital partner there, which is Val d'Hebron. And we're going to look at the cost economics of personalized medicine. And I think this is a terrific adventure. Yeah? You're looking forward to that? Have you got your speech ready?
Absolutely. No, I think this is one of the most important needs to fill in now, because it's a big problem for the pharmaceutical industry. It's a big problem for those financing the healthcare system. It's a big problem for the patients, because they want availability to new anti-cancer agents. And we need to demonstrate the effect in clinical practice with them. And we need also not only have a measure of the cost, but the cost effectiveness. Otherwise, I mean, decision makers they don't have a background for decisions.
Yeah. And the patients are present at the EurocanPlatform in the shape of the European Cancer Patients Coalition.
Sure.
Their voice is being heard?
Sure. And as you know, we are participating, and we're taking a formal decision in the EurocanPlatform to support the patient organization when they are building the European Alliance for Personalized Medicine also. So I think we have a very good interaction.
Sure. Ulrik, well done on the first year. A lot of heartache, a lot of grey hairs, and I look forward to seeing how we get on. I think having interviewed a dozen or so of our colleagues in the last day, there is no question that this has been a successful initiation to the project, and that's very much due to you. And thank you for that.
Thank you so much.